In AutoCAD Electrical, there will come occasions where you need to highlight objects in a drawing, and you can do that utilizing the transparency settings, sometimes known as TPY transparency. And again, I'm in the Demo 04 project. We're staying with the Demo 01 drawing as well. In Demo 01 drawing, I've got a nice little table here that I'm going to zoom into, which is our machine devices, with our device name, description, and description. So we've got device name down in the first column, description A, description B. If I hover over that, you can see it's an AutoCAD table. Now I might want to highlight that table to make sure that somebody checks off those machine devices in my AutoCAD Electrical project. Now sure, I could just put a big red line around it and say check this, but there's a way that you can utilize transparency to make your life a lot easier. Now you'll notice I've stayed on that line weight layer that I created. Now the reason I've stayed there is because it's a nice red layer. It'll stand out nicely on the black background here. What I'm going to do is go to the Home tab on the ribbon, and then I'm going to go to the rectangle command here in the Draw panel. And using my object snaps, I'm going to snap to this endpoint, click, drag my rectangle down to here, and click again. So I've got a rectangle surrounding all of the incidents of text, descriptions, and so on in that table. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the hatch command, which again is on the Draw panel on this flyout here. There's hatch there. You'll see the ribbon change to the Hatch Creation tab, and I'm going to select Solid. I want a solid fill on that red line weight layer. So if I hover, it highlights the entire table in red. So if I click there now, it'll place a solid fill over that table. Now if I go up into the Hatch Creation tab here and look at Properties, I've got Hatch Transparency. Now I can drag the bar and do it that way. Notice it goes transparent, or I can specify an amount of transparency here. Let's say 50% transparent. Press enter and that updates. Because I've set that transparency, I can see through the solid fill and see the text in the table. So if I close that Hatch Creation tab, I've now highlighted that table. If I just double click now on the wheel, on the mouse, that stands out. You can't miss it. It's red. It's very obviously red. If I zoom in though, and pan upwards again, if I look down here on the status bar, there's this icon here, Transparency On, which is Transparency Display, or TPY as it's sometimes abbreviated to. So if I click there now and switch Transparency Off, it goes back to the solid fill. If I switch Transparency On again, it goes back to that 50% hatch transparency that I set when I place the solid fill over that table in the hatch command. So that's how you can utilize your transparency setting to highlight objects that you may need other people to see in your AutoCAD electrical drawings.